What is going on, everybody? DJMINES here. So look, ALEPHIUM is on fire. There's no other way to say it. It just became a top 300 coin. We've been calling this one out for a really long time, and it's one of my favorite proof of work coins that are out right now. In today's video, we're talking about, should you mine this? Are you too late to the project? ASICs, are they coming? Are they not? We're gonna be looking through the hash rate and really see if this is a good option for you in the year 2024, or honestly, right now in the beginning of January. What this video is not a deep dive of ALEPHIUM. This was my number one pick on this video here, top 10 GPU mineable coins. But just to be clear, I have a lot of videos covering ALEPHIUM. I even have an interview with ALEPHIUM if you want to know what the project does. Shout out to Mode. She's an amazing young lady, but I've already done the deep dive with her, or a fairly deep dive. Check us out on Twitter. So just to show you some of my posts, my Twitter or X content here. Oh my goodness, man. It's again, 4 hours earlier, it was $1.92, and then we went up to $2.22, and then the other day, actually it was 15 hours ago, I was like, congratulations guys, you made it to 325th largest coin at $1.77. And if we just go back a little bit more, 21 hours ago, it was just $1.67. This thing is on fire. There's really no other way to say it for ALEPHIUM. And to document their Twitter or X, I'll put a link in the description below for their Twitter or X. Go ahead and give them a follow, man. They have 25,000 followers. I think by 2025, this thing's gonna be like 100,000 or more. Mark my words. Okay, so simply put, ALEPHIUM right now, $2.27, up about 40%. You can see there was some selling there, which we will get into in just a moment, but it's going back up to 227. Will we see another all-time high? I don't know at this point, man. As far as the market cap, ALEPHIUM just hit $146 million. That is insane. I started mining this when it was like 10 million. It wasn't as much as I am these days. Pretty much all of my farm has been on ALEPHIUM for the last few months, but wow, man, that's insane to see. I love seeing these projects like Caspa, how it went crazy, and we mined it with GPUs. It's crazy to see ALEPHIUM kind of do the same thing. The volume right now, $6.2 million. Wow, in the last month, up 209%. Look at this graph. The last 7 days, you're up 135%. And the last year, 3,961%. If I remember correctly, I started mining this probably April or May, so around 20 cents, 19 cents, something around there. Obviously, just like most of you watching this, I wish I would have done it more, but hey, you know what? This is absolutely crazy. In November, it was just 21 cents, and now we're at $2.27. Wow, shout out to ALEPHIUM, man. Shout out to ALEPHIUM. To look at the hash rate here, it is going pretty crazy. It is going pretty crazy. If we just look, the 30th of December is 140 terahash, and now we're at 204. So you can just see. And what do I think is going to happen? I think it's just going to go up and up and up. With most of these coins, this is what happens. People see the hash rate go up, and little Timmy out there is like, oh, I want the most profitable coin, and they're going to switch over there. A lot of the times, though, what has happened historically, not with ALEPHIUM, but just kind of proof of work coins in general, is when everybody flocks to it, it doesn't become that profitable anymore for them, where you really get the gains. And for the people who are loyal to the projects, again, not just ALEPHIUM, any project you can think of, right? You want to mine it, you want to buy it, whatever it is, before these things rally, and you really get to reap the benefits. But hey, you know what? We'll get into the are you too late conversation later, but just know the hash rate is going insane, and I think it's going to continue to go insane, at least in the near future. Now, I was watching Red Panda Mining's video over here. Here's the address. This is unfortunately not my address. I wish it was. Here's one of the whales that are on ALEPHIUM, and they are selling. We're going to show you that in just a minute. USD in a month. Wow, $172,000. Well, 11.87 terahash. That is insane, dude. That is insane. I bet you this was probably only worth like 50,000, and now, wow, look at this. Every day, this person's making $5,743 or 2,788 ALEPHIUM, or 0.13 Bitcoin. 0.13 Bitcoin every day. Now, again, I don't know if it's going to last forever, but wow. In a week, though, they are going to earn almost a Bitcoin. Think about that. 0.92 Bitcoin in a single week. Now, just look at some of these, though. My goodness. 4.3 gigahash, 6.8. Let's just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Look at this. These are whales, folks. I don't know how long they've been mining. I could probably look that up. I'm still scrolling, by the way, if you're listening to my voice. We are still going and going and go. Oh, my goodness. Hold on. I have to really scroll. We're still going. I got to take the mouse all the way down. It can't even go that fast. This is absolutely insane. Look at this. This is one person or people or rigs, I don't know, Do you see how many GPU? What? It's like glitching my computer. It's that many people. That is a lot of hash rate. Now, I don't know where that's coming from, to be fair. Here again is the wallet address. And now what you can see if we refresh, they are selling. They are certainly are selling. Here, they just sold 2,103 ALEPHIUM, 2,103. Let's see what that comes to just for this little sell. Are they selling everything or are they selling a little bit? 2,103 is about $5,000. So from what I can tell, at least at the moment from some of these transactions, they're not full on dumping, which is good, right? You have a lot of money and this person deserves it, right? Here's another one, 2,400 ALEPHIUM a day ago. So yesterday they sold a bunch of ALEPHIUM. Today they sold a bunch of ALEPHIUM. Is there anything wrong with taking profits? Absolutely not. Would I prefer them to hold and the price continues to go up? Of course, like who wouldn't? But at least they're not dumping everything on you, because if this whale were to dump on us and other whales, there could be bigger whales, I have no idea, then we would certainly see a massive sell-off. But it looks like a healthy amount, right? They're up, you know, almost a whole Bitcoin. It's okay for them to sell some ALEPHIUM, take some profits, because they've probably been holding it for a while. Or you know what? I'm not here to judge. Maybe their electricity, I bet you it's a lot of money with that many rigs. I don't know. It looks like a couple hundred to 1,000 rigs or something. So shout out to them for at least not dumping it, at least at the moment. So that's okay. So coming over to hashrate.no, you can see at 15 cents, because that's what I'm at. A 4090 is making about $1.81. Pretty good gains, not bad at all. 4080 is about $1. And let's look at something that probably more people have. If you have a 3080, you're making about 37 cents. And if we look at a 3070, getting about 29 cents profit. That's pretty good, man, for 15 cents kilowatt in a bear run. But what if we change that story to 10 cents? I know some of you, not that many, but some of you do have 10 cents. A 3080 suddenly is getting you 58 cents. Now, if you have a bunch of GPUs, you could do the math. That's a lot of money, man. What about 3070? I'm rocking mostly 3070s. That's 41 cents profit. Wow. Okay, so let's do some math here. 41 cents times, let's say you have 120 GPUs. That's 50 bucks a day, man. That's pretty good. That's profit, by the way. Okay, so, you know, for 15-cent people like myself, it's going to be a lot worse, but hey, that's some good gains either way. Now I want to talk about FPGAs and ASICs. So this is an ASIC that's been around for a while. Would I go out and buy this? Honestly, I would not. This is the K10, the Superscalar K10, going for $6,400. This has been out for a bit, guys, so don't think this is like hot off the press, just came out. I would be surprised if this price stayed this low. With this amazing ALEPHIUM move, I think this sucker's going to go to 7, 8, 9K. Why wouldn't they charge that much if there's no competition, really? But there is a lot of FPGAs, so keep that in mind, man. You got to understand, this one is going on Carlson, firmware installed. I don't know if it actually still works on Carlson, so be careful with that. ALEPHIUM, Radiant, Caspa, and Ironfish. Definitely FPGAs are taking over for ALEPHIUM. Now, to be fair, though, they've been on ALEPHIUM for quite some time. What I'm just kind of assuming here is people are taking them off maybe Ironfish and Radiant and swapping them over to ALEPHIUM. Like, who wouldn't if you could suddenly make much more money? I have no idea if these websites are good or not, by the way. This is Vipera Tech. This other one was Superscalar. I don't know if those are good websites. I'm just showing you an example of kind of like what the machine looks like. Another one, the K10, 45 gigahash at just 1700 watts. So just to show you a GPU comparison, I'm at 95 gigahash and I'm using 7,300 watts. A couple of those are AMD, so you call it like 6,500 watts or something. Think about the difference here. Think about what I just said. 45 gigahash at only 1,700. Wow, that is insane, man. It makes me want to buy one. They're actually out of stock now on this website, but at the same time, I'm really waiting for something else. What am I waiting for? I'll show you in just a minute. If we look at hashrate.no, at 10 cents kilowatt, this thing is really, really profitable. It's claiming 23 bucks a day. Profit would be $18.76. That is extremely profitable. I mean, that's kind of like a KS2, but a KS2 is a lot cheaper. There's certainly some pros and cons to getting involved in both of those. Now, why am I not interested in the FPGAs? Like I said, because they've been out a while, but more importantly, what I think is going to happen is that there's going to be a Bitmain ASIC, an Ice River ASIC for ALEPHIUM, something like that. That is certainly not off the table. This is a Blake 3 algorithm. It is unbelievably efficient. It uses very low wattage, and this is why GPU miners love it. Now, the problem is with these very efficient algorithms like Radiant and like your ALEPHIUMs of the world and such, they also are prone to FPGAs and ASICs. So if you don't like those, that's going to be a bummer. And that's why I've been talking about it for a long time. That's why people like Hawk have been talking about it for a long time. A lot of us have been talking and saying, hey guys, you might want to pay attention to this before it rallies, kind of knowing, not a financial advice, but kind of seeing and forecasting, yes, this is going to have a massive run up. And this is the massive run up that we've been talking about, right? This is it. Now, again, do I know for a fact that Bitmain is going to have an ASIC? I do not. What I will say is this: I have a very reliable source that works with I don't know if I should really disclose that, with or for Bitmain, and they are saying that Bitmain is at least interested in looking into an ALEPHIUM ASIC. That does not mean that they will actually pull the trigger and have an ALEPHIUM ASIC, but they are in works of thinking of it. Now, you're seeing this massive rally. You're starting to see it become a top 300 coin. Why wouldn't they do it? Why wouldn't you? If you knew you could sell like an S19K for $2,000 or $3,000, or you knew you could sell an ALEPHIUM ASIC, kind of like you did with Caspa, for $30,000, $40,000, right? They tried to sell, I think it was the KS1 for 50 G's when it first launched, right? And people bought it for 40, 45. I remember that. So why wouldn't they do that? They can make way more money, 10 times their money or more, for selling like a new cool project, right? Now, if Bitmain comes out with this, if Ice River comes out with this, will I be buying a day one ALEPHIUM miner? Yes, absolutely. If it costs 40 G's, I don't have 40 G's. I mean, I could get 40 G's, but I'd have to sell so much of my other cryptos. It just wouldn't be worth it for me. But if it's something a little more affordable, absolutely. I need that first batch, because you've seen with these Ice Rivers, right? If you don't get that first batch, even that second, and honestly, the third batch wasn't bad. You know, my two KS2s have almost paid themselves off completely, but it was a later batch. I think it was like the fourth or fifth batch. Now, what will actually happen for ALEPHIUM? Are we going to see another Caspa move, or are we going to see a Cadena move? I always hear this every time something rallies and ASICs are coming. People compare two things, Caspa and Cadena. And guess what? Now, not now for sure, but if this does happen, they are going to also throw in ALEPHIUM there. I personally think we would see more of a Caspa move. We're going to see a much more bullish move like that than we did with Cadena. The reason is because Cadena kind of came at the end of the bull run. I believe it was December of 2021, but people really didn't get them until like January or February of 2022. The hype was starting to go down. We kind of were in the bull run, but not really. And then the project just boom, dumped the bed. You know, Gold Shell came out with all these garbage ass ASICs, and Bitmain quickly took that over. And I think certainly this is a much different time. By the time, if they were to even make these, I think we'd be going into the bull run. I think there'd be a lot of excitement. I think people would just be very happy for these machines, and then the money will just be coming hand over fist. I certainly think. Is this going to be the next Caspa? I mean, I don't think so in that sense. I think it's a different project, and it kind of solves different things. You know, I don't know what the future is for ALEPHIUM, but I have a feeling that they're going to continue to work and improve the project, and it's just going to get better and better and better. There's a lot of things going for this. You know, the Bitcoin halving coming up. But like I said, euphoria is going to be rampant, and everybody's going to be FOMOing in and stuff. So we'll find out what happens with that. The question that I get asked the most, not just with ALEPHIUM, but with any hot project, is, DJ, should I buy this? DJ, should I mine this? Is this a good one? I really think it's kind of dangerous to go to like the hot new coin, right? You really want to get in before these massive rallies and pumps. That being said, though, if this does go the way of Caspa and we have this massive rally, and whoever these whales are, because there's some huge whales involved in these projects, man. You don't get $236 million without some whales. I think you're going to want some, right? If you had no Caspa from your GPUs and then you missed the entire Caspa move, you are crying. You're probably literally crying. I think for sure, try to get some ALEPHIUM. Maybe you want to get some other coins as well, because this hash rate is just going insane, and swap into ALEPHIUM. I don't really know. I'm not a huge guy on like using unmineable and all that. No hate to those who do. It's just not really my thing. I prefer to just kind of get that native coin and go from there. So if you like this video, please do like it. Consider subscribing, man. ALEPHIUM on fire. It makes me proud. I love seeing the success of this coin, but don't make a mistake. This is January 2024. We are not in the bull run at all, at least into the Bitcoin halving, and nothing is going to go crazy until probably the end of 2024, and 2025 is going to be crazy. That's where the real gains are. That's from holding and just selling, you know, whenever you want. Not financial advice, but I personally am holding until the bull run, and then we'll kind of reevaluate the situation. Like and consider subscribing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. DJ Mines signing out.